Hello, welcome to Munchin with the Monks. This is your Austin community. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Blake.
And today we're going to show you how to smoke a brisket in Texas. Tell us about it, Blake.
So notice when we're starting, it's nighttime. That's because a brisket takes forever. It takes about 12 hours to cook the brisket size that we're going to be cooking. So we're starting at night at around 11 p.m. and we're hoping to be ready by lunch tomorrow. And so we're just starting the fire now. Stick with us. This was a 12-pound brisket. I shaved off the fat. Now it's a 10-pound brisket. And what I did is I washed it off with some water. I put some salt on it. I coated it in olive oil. And then I have this rub I put on top. And look at the meat here. You really want a nice covering. You really want that seasoning to cook into the meat, the salt to cook into the meat. So you want it to be covered pretty well. It's good to have your rub be simple. You don't want it too complicated.
Now, what part of the cow does the brisket come from?
I don't know.
Oh, shoot.
I'm not a cow expert.
Okay, so what's on the brisket?
So we started off with salt. We put a little bit of olive oil rub on it. And then the only ingredients I use really garlic powder, onion powder, coarse ground black pepper, a lot of this stuff. This is what I use the most of. And a little bit of paprika. Now you can add other stuff to it, but I found that these 4 ingredients are good almost in every rub. You really want the beef rub to be high on pepper. Pepper works really well with beef. Really, you can make a rub just out of salt and pepper if you wanted to, but I think some of these other ingredients add a nice flavor. There you go.
Tell everybody hi, Peter.
All right, we're about to start the fire. We have the charcoals in there. I'm going to start it, and it needs to be lit for about 10 to 12 minutes. You don't want to leave it lit too long, or the coals will get too hot, and then your fire gets too hot, and then the brisket cooks too quickly. So you want to make sure you only leave it lit for about 10 to maybe 12 minutes. So I'm just lighting the bottom of the chimney. That's good. It's nice and lit. Looks good. Light it a few different places. See that smoke come? Now we wait. We'll come back later.
All right, Blake, so we're ready right now. What are we looking for?
So the coals look hot enough. You want the bottom coals to be pretty much white hot, but you don't want the top coals to be white hot. Then you've gone too far. So this looks just about right. It looks hot enough. So I'm going to safely lift the grate out, put this off to the side. Okay, I'm going to do my best to pour these coals into our pit barrel cooker, our smoker. Alright, that's good enough. Set this off to the side. Now I just want to arrange the coals so that they're not one-sided like they are right now. So I kind of want to spread them around on all of our coal bed right here. Alright, that's looking good. Just let that sit for a little bit and we'll put the brisket on.
All right, it's 11:40 p.m. and we're putting this brisket on. Here we go.
Look at that.
God, it's pretty.
Yeah. Alright, before we put the brisket on, we got a little bit of our smoking wood.
What kind of wood do we have today?
I think this guy's hickory. Yeah, we got some hickory. Just to add some flavor. The heat is coming from the charcoal, but the wood gives it a nice little flavor. You know, that's where you get your smoke from. Wood chips here and there. All right. So we have this metal rod that we're going to be hanging the brisket on.
Here she goes.
Yep. It's okay if she touches the sidewall. It's inevitable. Got that. Got that. Make sure it's positioned well. It's fine. It's fine if it's on the side. All right. Now it's ready to go. We'll see it 10 hours later. All right, so it's the morning now. We took out the brisket. We're spritzing it with some apple cider vinegar just to give it some moisture. And then after this, we're going to wrap it up. So let's flip the sucker fat side up. Like that. Make sure it's covered. put some moisture down on the wrapping so that it stays moist while it continues to smoke. Just wrap her up. A nice, good, tight wrap on that. All right, there you go. All right, so the brisket right now, it's at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. That means it's ready. So we're going to take her out. You see the brisket's still wrapped up just like we left her. Just try to be nice and gentle with it. Set it right down on this towel here. Now the reason we're putting it in a towel is we're going to be wrapping up the brisket and letting it rest for about 2 hours. Sounds like a long time to let rest, but you really got to let those juices seep into the meat. So we're wrapping it up in the towel here, nice and secure. It's going to keep all that warmth in there so it's not going to get cold. And then we're going to put the brisket into our cooler here, and it'll be ready to eat in about 2 hours. All right, we're taking out the brisket now. It's been resting for about 2 hours. Look at that.
Oh.
Nice and swaddled. All right, we're unloading the brisket right now. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, I'll have to watch this.
Say hi to JP and Jared because I wasn't recording supposedly before. Here's Blake cutting the brisket. Oh.
2 videos going on.
Ooh, tasty too.
All right, look at this beautiful brisket right here. We're gonna start cutting into it. You always want to cut against the grain. So this is called the flat, the brisket. So we're just gonna make that cut right around here. You want about pencil thickness. That's what you're aiming for. So yeah, make that cut. Let's see how that looks.
Yeah, that's real nice right there.
That looks good. Look at that. Good first piece. That'll be real tasty. All right, and we just keep cutting like that. And we'll do that all the way down. All right, so we started off with some smoked sausage. Look at that.
Yum, yum, yum.
And look at our beautifully cut brisket with the juices saved.
Little red.
Oh yeah, the smoke ring. See that smoke ring?
Bring that in there for the smoke.
Oh.
And then we got some scallop potatoes.
The scallops and the potato.
And then, no, they're not. And then broccoli salad.
Broccoli for Andres.
Andres' favorite. There we go. Happy
Someone-
birthday, Rob.
Someone taste it.
Let's
Rob,
happy
taste
birthday.
it.
Happy birthday
Taste it.
to me.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
Here's to you.
Dear Santa.